Okay, in this video we're going to talk about solving exponential and logarithmic equations, okay? Just remember that when you have the log of x, that x has to be greater than 0, okay? You cannot take the log of a negative number or the log of 0. This is the same with the natural log. Okay, so we're on this page, there's 6 examples. We're probably going to do 3 of them, and you'll have to do 3 of them at home tonight. Okay, so the first one we're going to do is example A, where you have e to the x minus 2 equals 19. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to solve for x, and x right now is in the exponent. So what we're going to do is take the natural log of both sides. Okay, and when you take the natural log of e to the x minus 2, we can use our properties that we learned in the last video, and that's going to be equivalent to x minus 2 times the natural log of e, which equals the natural log of 19. Okay, the natural log of e again is 1, so what we have now here is x minus 2 equals the natural log of 19. And then when we add 2 to both sides, we're going to get x equals the natural log of 19 plus 2. Remember that you're only taking the natural log of 19, so in your calculators you're going to want to put the 19 in parentheses and then add the 2 on the outside. And you'll end up getting x equals 4.944. Okay. So let's look at example B here though. In example B we have 3 minus 5 times 2 to the 3x power equals negative 14. So the first thing we're going to do is subtract 3 from both sides. And then we'll divide by negative 5. It's a good idea just to go ahead and leave that as a fraction for right now, and then that way we have exact answers at the end. If you round it here, you're not going to come up with the exact answer at the end, so please leave it as a fraction here, 17 over 5. So once we're at this point, we have 2 to the 3x equals 17 over 5, and we're going to take the log of both sides. Alright, and then again we're going to use our power property that we learned in the last video. So we have 3x times the log of 2 equals the, oh sorry, I didn't take the log here, equals the log of 17 over 5. Okay. So our next step, and I'm just going to move right up here, is to divide both sides by the log of 2. So we end up getting 3x equals the log of 17 over 5 divided by the log of 2. So when you plug that into your calculator, you're going to get 1.766, and you should either store this value or immediately just go ahead and divide by 3 in your calculator so you get the exact decimal. It's very important that you have the exact decimal on your test or a quiz. Oops, that should be a 9. Okay. Should be 0.589. Okay. All right, tonight or for Monday's class, I want you guys to try C and D. Okay, and we're going to do E together, and you're going to do F tonight. So let's look at E for a second. We have the log of x plus the log of x plus 21 equals 2. So first of all, we need to combine these two on the left. So this is going to be the log of x times x plus 21 equals 2. Alright, so from this point here, we have the log of x times x plus 22 equals 2. Right now, this is written in log form. So what we're going to do is we're going to change it to exponential form. So the base here is 10. So we're going to have 10 to the second power is all of this. So 10 squared equals x times x plus 21. Okay, so now we basically have a quadratic formula that we can solve. So we have 100 equals x squared plus 21x. And I'm sorry for the focus here, it keeps coming in and out. Okay, so we subtract 100, so 0 equals x squared plus 21x minus 100. And we can factor that. So 0 equals x plus 25 times x minus 4. So when we use our zero product property, we are either going to get x equals 4 or x equals negative 25. Now, going back to what we said at the very beginning, remember if we had the log of x, x has to be greater than or equal to 0. So here we have x, and we have x plus 21. So we have two restrictions. Okay, so just remember that x has to be greater than 0, and x plus 21 has to be greater than 0. Well, in this case, x equals negative 25 is not greater than 0, so this is not going to be an answer. So our answer is x equals 4. Okay. So again, tonight or for over the weekend, I want you guys to try C, D, and F and bring those with you to class on Monday.